know if you've noticed, but I'm noticing everybody and their mothers are now having lymphatic drainage exercises, routines, you name it. Do this 5 minute, do this 7 minute, do this 20 minute, and it's gonna move your lymph. I love it because I do believe that lymph needs more attention. Our lymphatic system needs a lot more attention because it doesn't get nearly enough both praise and attention when needed. But with that being said, when I see a lot of these videos, it is missing a couple things. So I'm not here to like poo-poo all these other people. What I'm here to do is to tell you what I would do if I were to use their video to make sure that I'm getting the most lymphatic drainage out of my efforts, especially if that's my goal. If my goal is to help move the lymphatic fluid in my body, I want the maximum benefits. So that's what this video is about. I'm literally going to tell you what I would do in order to enhance their video to get the most lymphatic drainage out of it. All right, before I do so, this video is not going to be to show you all of those steps, but this video is to tell you what I would do, and then check out the other videos. I'll have them posted below for you to look at what you specifically may need like additional support on. All right, so the first thing is our lymph nodes need to be cleared. Now, why? Every single drop of our lymphatic fluid needs to move through one lymph node. Our lymph nodes scan our lymphatic fluid before it returns back to the blood supply at our collarbones. So if our lymph nodes are congested, what's going to happen is it's ultimately going to act as a dam. I want you to think of like our lymphatic system like a river, okay? And it has a whole bunch of just like contributaries coming in, and it's not just one river, it's not one long line. There's a lot of like inlets, okay? And at every inlet, if there's a dam, if there's a beaver dam, water's not going to be able to flow in and continue down the path, correct? Right, it's going to be blocked, right? That's what a dam does, is it blocks water. Well, if our lymph nodes are congested, it's going to block the flow of lymphatic fluid. So my specific 7 was created to address the major choke points that our lymphatic system has. It's not to say that there aren't other ones, because there are, but the 7 ones are the major ones. So when we talk about it, it's our collarbones, it's our tonsils, so at the base of our skull on the sides of our neck, it's our apical, so on the inside of our shoulders where like bra straps sit or a backpack or a purse. It's our armpit, it's our cisterna chyli, which is between our belly button and our sternum, and that's where our diaphragm is, our groin, and our knees, so behind our knees. Now, I want you to imagine all of those points right now. Those points are massively restricted in most of us because of what we do daily, which is sit. We, for the most part, most of us are professional sitters. We sit a lot. We sit at a desk. We sit at a dining room table to eat. We sit in the car. We sit on the couch. We sit. Not to mention, when we're sitting, I want you to imagine, I'm going to come back a bit. When we're typing, everything is in. Usually our shoulders are riding up, our head's forward, our legs are bent, our knees are bent. And so all of those lymph nodes that I just mentioned are being compressed. If they're being compressed, fluid can't go through. So what a lot of these videos are doing is they're focusing on the river and getting the river to flow better, which is fantastic. We need that. So the fluid in the lymph vessels. But if the fluid in the river hits a dam, if the fluid in your lymph vessels hits a congested lymph node, that fluid can't continue. It can't continue through. So what we need to do is clear those lymph nodes first. So again, if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I got a playlist for you. You can check it out. I break it down. I do it very simply. And if you have like specific ones that you're like, gosh, I don't remember the cisterna chyli, I have videos for that too. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 90 seconds and you're going to clear. And it can even be less than 90 seconds. Well, it'll be about 90 seconds. You're going to clear those 7 lymph nodes. You're going to do 10 pumps or circles. It doesn't matter what you choose. You can do a pump, and it's going to be 1 pump a second, or you can do a circle on each of those locations. And the circle is going to be 1 second per rotation for 10 at each. And then you always come back to your collarbones. Always start and finish at your collarbones, your termini. This is where all of our lymphatic fluid drains. So we want to make sure that this area is clear, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to do their video. You're going to do the movement. You're going to get the muscles contracting. You're going to do what they're doing. And then at the end of the video, you're going to come back And if you have a lot of congestion, let's say you have lymphedema or you have lipedema in one area, you're going to go through the specific 7 lymph nodes in that area. So an example would be if you have lymphedema in your arm, you're going to go termini, apical, armpit, back to termini. Or you can even go back up to apical and then termini. So you can go like down and then back up to make sure that that area is clear to allow all the fluid to drain. Now, why we do that, remember, if we have stagnant fluid, if the river's really gross and full of a bunch of like gunk and muck and sticks and leaves and all this stuff, and as you clear one lymph node, right, as you clear the dam and all that fluid starts to move, who's to say another dam doesn't get created from all the gunk that was sitting there? So that's why at the end, you would ideally like to go through and clear those lymph nodes again if you have things like I said, lymphedema, lipedema, or at the very end, very least, your termini. 5-10 pumps doesn't take a whole lot. The other thing I'm gonna highly suggest you do is diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing is so underrated and it's so under talked about in the lymphatic system, in the lymphatic world. But here's the thing, our lymph system has to work against a couple factors. 1, it doesn't have a pump, and 2, it's got to work against gravity. What diaphragmatic breathing does is it acts as a pump and it helps pull the fluid up, especially from our lower body. So from our belly button down to our toes, one of the best ways to get that fluid to come up and drain is through diaphragmatic breathing. So I always like to teach, as you're going through the specific 7, you go termini, tonsil, apical, armpit, cisterna, chyli, diaphragmatic breathing, groin, knee. Now you can, however, throw diaphragmatic breathing however you want into it. It could be termini, diaphragmatic breathing, then tonsil, apical, armpit, cisterna, chyli, groin, knee, doesn't matter. You can throw in, after you do your armpit, you can do diaphragmatic breathing, then cisterna, chyli, groin, knee, you pick. There's some flexibility within it, but the main thing is that you're clearing those nodes in the order that I said it multiple times in this video, because order matters. Order matters very much, and that diaphragmatic breathing is incorporated. You can even do it at the very end if you want. Wherever you put it though, it needs to be in there, because that's really going to help pull that fluid up and allow for better drainage. So I love that there's more videos coming up of lymphatic drainage and routines and things to do, but I do find, and I feel personally, especially professionally, working with and dealing with lymphatic congestion for over 16 years, that the lymph nodes and diaphragmatic breathing 1000% need to be incorporated whenever we're doing any type of lymphatic work. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you're gonna start to incorporate this with some of the other videos, because I bet you're gonna see better results when you do it. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the specific 7 or how to diaphragmatic breathe, you can check out a couple of the videos below. We've linked them in to make it easy for you. Thanks so much for being here, and as always, happy draining.